You know, one of the things that people who come here often ask me is, where was the Berlin Wall? And it's true, you really don't see much of it anymore. However, you can still find remnants if you have the right guide. Today I have Andreas, who offers bike tours through Berlin to see where the Berlin Wall used to be. So that's what we're going to do now, right?
Yes.
Let's go.
It was nearly 100 miles long and heavily fortified. For nearly 3 decades, the Berlin Wall divided the city and served as a symbol of the division of East and West. But now you have to look hard to even notice what's left.
This is something that you don't find very often in Berlin anymore. This is an original piece of the Berlin Wall hidden here right next to these railway tracks. And as you can see, it's not in a very good state. You have the metal bars coming out of the concrete and plants growing all over it. So certainly it doesn't look good, but this is one of the few pieces that's still left.
After the wall came down on November 9, 1989, people began chipping away, turning the Iron Curtain into souvenirs. Our bike trip is like a ride back into time, along streets divided on August 13, 1961, when East Germany closed the borders to West Berlin, where people risked their lives jumping to freedom, and even border guards made a run for it. Thousands fled communism, hundreds died trying, as the regime kept refining and perfecting the wall's fortifications. This is one of the few places in Berlin where you can still see the wall the way it used to look. This is what you would have seen if you would have looked at it from the west side of Berlin. The actual wall is only part of it. Behind it you can see further barriers. You have a sand pit and a second wall.
We have another photo here, which is from the 60s or 70s. And as you can see, this is where the wall used to go. And right here, this house, you can still see it. It's over there.
Andreas was one of the first East Germans to cross over when the checkpoints were opened on November 9, 1989. Trying to flee in Berlin, he says, was all but impossible. There were fences, he says, signal fences, guard dogs, water obstacles, anything to stop people from fleeing. And the guards had shoot-to-kill orders at one of the fiercest borders ever devised by man.
In most parts of Berlin, however, all you can see is those little bricks right here. That's all you see of the Berlin Wall. So really, almost nothing at all. It's almost completely disappeared from this town.
Fred Pleitgen, CNN, Berlin.